Zelete, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you. Oh, make no mistake what is happening right now in the Sahel. This is no longer just a kinetic war fought with bullets and drones on the ground. It has exploded into a full-scale information and diplomatic war. The Republic of Mali has just drawn a hard line in the sand against the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And this is a massive development that every Pan-African and geopolitical observer needs to pay urgent attention to. Mali's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has issued a military official diplomatic protest to Riyadh. Why? Because a correspondent named Ibrahim Mustafa, working for the Saudi state-owned networks Al Arabiya and Al Hadaf, was caught infiltrating Malian territory illegally. He didn't go through Bamako. He didn't get a visa. He didn't seek military press accreditation. Instead, he sneaked into the highly strategic northern region of Kidal. Think about the sheer gravity of this. How does a foreign journalist from a Gulf state media house suddenly appear in Kidal, an area where the Malian Armed Forces FAMA are actively fighting to root out hostile forces? The Malian government stated it clearly and bluntly. This operation was conducted in direct coordination and complicity with active T groups. You cannot enter an active war zone illegally without relying on the logistics, protection, and safe passage of insurgents holding the ground. This is where we must connect the dots. This infiltration did not happen in a vacuum. It follows the massive, heavily coordinated onslaught launched in late April 26 by an ally of Al-Qaeda-linked militants and Tuareg separates, attacking Kidal, Gao, and even targeting the heart of Bamako. The Western corporate media structures have been desperate to manufacture a narrative that the alliance of Sahel states is losing ground, attempting to discredit the gains made by FAMA and their strategic partnership. And right on cue, Saudi Arabia state media deploys a journalist behind enemy lines to broadcast what Bamako exposes as completely false, baseless information. This isn't journalism. This is a targeted psychological operation. This is an attempt by foreign interests to weaponize media platforms to demoralize the Malian population, tarnish the reputation of FAMA, and give a global propaganda megaphone to armed T groups who are actively destabilizing the sovereign territory of Mali. Mali's response to Riyadh is a definitive turning point. Historically, Saudi Arabia has been seen as a brotherly partner nation, but Bamako's message is uncompromising. Historical ties will not buy you a pass to compromise our national security. By issuing this public severe warning, Mali is telling the world that its national sovereignty is absolute and non-negotiable.
And in this statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Republic of Mali notified the authorities of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia of its strong disapproval following to the illegal entry into Malian territory of Mr. Ibrahim Mustafa, correspondent for the state television Al Arabiya and its branch Al Hadad, in flagrant violation of Mali's sovereignty and in complicity with terrorist groups. The ministry formally rejected the false and unfounded information published by the aforementioned, whose objective was to discredit the defense and security forces of Mali. He deplored this serious breach of journalistic ethics and standards and pointed out that such unacceptable actions by media based in Saudi Arabia, a brotherly and historically friendly country to Mali, are likely to tarnish the bilateral relations between the two countries. Given the seriousness of such malicious behaviors, liable to sanctions in accordance with the regulations in force in the Republic of Mali, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation reaffirms on this occasion that no action by a country that would violate the sovereignty, territorial integrity, or unity of Mali will be tolerable.
The era where foreign powers, whether they are Western imperialists or wealthy Gulf states, could treat African sovereign borders like a playground for their intelligence networks and media manipulation is over. All in all, the savior, the protector, the unifier, the messiah, the king of kings, the most loved, General Assimi Goïta made it clear to them. They are there to protect their own sovereignty. Nobody will ever trample upon the people in Mali. Just as the Africans do not have the right to interfere in their affairs, they are making it clear to the world that now Africa, in Mali, in Niger, and Burkina Faso, will not allow anybody to treat us as second-hand clothing. The era of Africa being used as a playground for Western information and propaganda is over. A lot is happening and dots are connecting. We are getting to know the people who sing the praises of Africa, the people who are thinking about helping Africa, the people who are thinking about our development. Now, as an African youth, you don't need any other thing to see through the light. A lot of us are letting religion and other things blindfold us to the point that when these people are even doing things wrong to us, we tend to look at the religious aspect without looking at the connections. But the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are very straightforward. We saw them giving their platform to these people, and now we are having their correspondence in Mali without any authorization, without going through the right channels. How do you come into a country without following the right protocols when we know what is actually happening in Mali right now? Mali is taking a decisive move against any nation that would treat its yard as a playground. Africa needs to take its bold stand against any interferences. We do not have the right to enter into their jurisdictions without their authorization. So why should they think that Africa can be a place that they have to always come, do what they want without also following the right protocols? The time for this must come to an end, and it will only come to an end when all of us in Africa unite to fight for our respect. If not, people will continue to see us as the way they do all the time. And that time should be over. As Africans, if we are looking for respect, we should demand for it. They want to make it look as if our leaders are doing nothing, just like they tried to do on April 25th, 2026, and it failed. It's the same thing. Now the French media are sleeping, so another force has to come in to do the bid. Don't forget what Emmanuel Macron said, that when the Middle East was on fire, the kind of help they sent. So now that the French is no longer allowed in Mali, they have to use their partners. So Africans, we need to know and see these people for who they truly are. And the only thing that is going to save you, the African, is unity. Captain Ibrahim Traore already warned us about this black winter. And don't think that it's going to be in the Sahel, because he said it's starting in West Africa and it will spread to the whole of Africa. It's either we unite to fight against it and be free, or we remain slaves forever. The ball is in our court. But the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso know what freedom is, and they're fighting for it. So you either continue to be eating democracy and be a slave forever, or you join the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso to fight for our total liberation. The time is now. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Mali.